Sailing for the South Seas and the full sails are flying. 100 miles to the line and winds are dying. How long I will be here, I do not know. One thing I'm sure of, winds will blow.
Hi guys, thanks for stopping by to check out the latest from Sailing Emerald Steel. So it's Friday morning and we're just getting ready to unhook Emerald Steel from the mooring and head over to Glorietta Bay.
So we dropped the mooring and now we are off to Anchorage.
Many of our viewers have expressed to us that they would like us to make a video on how we made our lifestyle possible. So in this video we will point out why it's almost impossible to live today the way we did when we started cruising over 30 years ago, and a few of the things that have changed for cruisers over time.
After you live for many years on an anchor, it feels actually very funny to be tied to a buoy, but today in the modern days that's where the sailors progress, because it's getting to be less and less possible to find anchorages where a man just can come, drop the anchor, kick back and relax. As you can tell, we are powering, but there's not much else we can do. It's early in the morning, usually wind is very light, but anyway it's very close to the anchorage, so it's really not worth it to wait for the winds to pick up, because there will be very short sail anyway. Susan preparing the anchor, so she is ready to deploy. Looks like some of the boats are already leaving the anchorage. They got to do it by 9 o'clock, so it's better chance to find a place. Now is a small beach next to a golf course as we are approaching the anchorage. Hope it's not going to be too busy so we can find a good place. Susan in the front, scanning the anchorage and getting ready to drop the anchor. There is pretty many boats on this end. We don't like to anchor too close if we don't have to. So we will go to other end, have a more room for ourselves. So here, anchorage kind of opened up, nice and clear, right next to a golf course. Okay, Susie.
We're anchoring in 17 feet of water with 65 feet of chain. You have to watch out how much chain you put out here because the anchorage is small.
And after attaching a snap line, now should release her to take it off the slab. It takes about 20 feet of chain to pull it out, so that all the pressure is on the snap line instead of on the windlass. Alright, so here we anchored close to the beach. The anchor goes out there. We are totally by ourselves, so give us some privacy. The hotel bell behind. So here we are anchoring in Glorietta Bay, Southern California. It's the middle of the December, and the wind just picked up a little bit. It's about 12-13 knots. It's kind of cool, actually colder, because it's blowing from a northwest, but it's still a beautiful sunny day, so we cannot complain much. So as Susan says, we will share with you how it used to be, the difference for cruisers who live on a boat and cruise on and off versus today. Now, I will tell you right from the very beginning, for those who are financially very secure and can go to marina, it doesn't really much apply. But even there are some difficulties which I will try to explain. So when we launched the boat, Lois and regulations were totally different than they are today. One very big difference was that you could anchor pretty much any place you want, as long as you was out of a channel. Nobody harassed you, nobody bothered you, so you were pretty much on your own. The second thing was there was not all those regulations and you could not work on your boat. That means when people want to beach her on the beach and do a job on her, put a bottom paint job or whatever, pretty much nobody was bothering them. Today is unthinkable because not only you will get a ticket, but you can also get a big fine. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad law because actually it's really good to keep the environment clean, but I just try to explain to you why today would be very hard to try to repeat what we've done it. So anchorage is very much a problem. For example, in San Diego Bay, you have anchorages, only two, and you can only anchor 3 times a month for 72 hours. So pretty much you're screwed if you want to live on a boat and work on a boat because there is no place to anchor. Plus, not only that there are not enough anchorages, and also it's only 72 hours, plus you have to ask for a permit and so on. And if they catch you anchoring without a permit, it could be a ticket, can be a lot of harassment and hassle. And on that part, only thing we don't like it is this here. That many times you call to get a permit and all anchorage is already taken, so there is no spaces available. Yet when you go by the anchorage, half of anchorage is totally empty because a lot of people who ask for permits didn't show up. So pretty much you again screwed. Maybe all places like in New Zealand, the Bay of Islands, you have hundreds and hundreds of places to anchor, and people could anchor wherever. And you know what? There was much less problems with all kinds of so-called bumps or problems with people not knowing what the hell they're doing, so they're dragging all around and creates a really big nuisance. So as I said, and even if you're in a marina, the problem is this here, that no marina is going to let you work on your boat. So if you're in a situation like we were, where we finish our boat on the water, you will not be able to do that in a marina. And now even if you have the money to haul out, unless if you can be haul out in the yard for entire time, you cannot be coming on and off as you work. And that's why we've done it, because we had no money saved to do all job at once. So we have to do as finances permitted. So can you imagine if you haul out for a week and then you go back on the water and wait for another couple of weeks till you get some more money and then haul out again? It will be very impractical and very expensive. So this is some of the reasons why it is hard to replicate what we've done it in years past. We finished our boat on the anchor on the bay, and that would be very hard to do today, pretty much impossible.
So here are a few pics of San Diego and Glorieta Bay when they used to be free anchorages and where we finished building Emerald Steel. Emerald Steel, after launching, anchored off of Shelter Island, picking up some fuel at the fuel dock, working on our taffrail with the San Diego skyline behind, careened on the beach in Glorieta Bay, a few months before departing on our maiden voyage to Hawaii.
So weekend is over, although we had a nice time. The truth is you cannot compare to South Seas cruising or Pacific Northwest, when you have plenty of anchorages without any hassle or problems. Well, we were here 3 days. The harbor police came by at least 5 times, harassed some people. So it's a kind of...
And a couple boats dragged all over.
Yeah, and also one actually I had to go help because it started hitting another boat, so I had to go out there and help him re-anchor. And a guy who was anchoring next to it called the harbor police. They came by, they looked at him, they talked to him for a couple of minutes and left. They didn't do nothing at all. So we ended up helping him to re-anchor because surely harbor police didn't do any help to him, and he had a little difficulties because his anchor was stuck on this other guy's line, so I had to use my dinghy with the outboard to help him pull the anchor out. In next video we will discuss the differences cruising in the tropics, Hawaii, how it was when we got there first time over 30 years ago, and compared to how it is in the present day when we went there last time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment and thumb up, And if you didn't like it, leave a thumb up anyway. Be a nice sport, okay?
Okay, guys, before we leave, we'd like to wish all of you a Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
and a
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. See you next time.
Bye-bye.